Let's start now. Now today we are beginning with our portion for 12th standard mathematics. The topic that we are going to start is called derivatives or differentiation. The chapter was in the 11th standard also, but we have done only basics in the 11th standard. What we are going to learn now are some advanced level problems of derivatives, some new formulas, some new methods of finding derivatives. If I remember correctly, the formulas pertaining to derivatives we have already discussed. Those 23 formulas were there. We already discussed those formulas. Let us have a small revision of those formulas. Okay, so just open the list of formulas. 23 standard formulas. Let us do those formulas first. Revise or recollect the formulas. We will do this revision of formulas in two ways. First, I will call out the formula, you just repeat that thing. Second time, we will be calling out the formulas together. Okay, so let's start now. 23 formulas. Okay, let's start. X raised to n, come on, tell me. N into x raised to n minus 1.
N into x raised to n minus 1.
X square.
X square.
2x.
2x.
X.
X.
1.
1.
Constant.
Constant.
0.
0.
1 upon x.
1 upon x.
Minus 1 upon x square.
Minus 1 upon x square.
1 upon x raised to n.
1 upon x raised to n.
Minus n upon x raised to n plus 1.
Minus n upon x raised to n plus 1.
Root x.
Root x.
1 upon 2 root x.
1 upon 2 root x.
1 upon root x.
1 upon root x.
Minus 1 upon root x.
Minus 1 upon 2x root x.
So those were the formulas based on algebra. The first 8 formulas. Starting from 9, 10, 11, these 3 formulas are for logarithmic or exponential functions. Okay? Log x, come on, tell me.
Log x.
1 upon
1 upon x.
e raised to x.
E raised to x.
E raised to x.
E raised to x.
A.
Into log a.
So these were the 3 formulas, logarithmic and exponential functions. Now 6 more formulas we are going to recollect. They are based on trigonometric functions. You know there are 6 trigonometric functions. For every function there is a formula. Okay? Sin x,
Sin x.
cos x.
Cos x.
Cos x
Cos x.
minus sin x.
Minus sin x.
Tan x.
Tan x.
Sec square x.
Sec square x.
Cot x
Cot x.
minus cosec square x.
Minus cosec square x.
Sec x.
Sec x.
Sec x into tan x.
Sec x into tan x.
Cosec x
Cosec x.
minus cosec x into cot x.
Minus cosec x into cot x.
So these were the 6 formulas based on trigonometric functions. Trigonometry, which was introduced to you at the school level itself, was probably in the 9th standard. So those 6 trigonometric functions ka derivatives we have discussed just now. Now there are 6 new formulas coming up which were not there in the 11th, because this topic of inverse circular functions we are going to do in the 12th standard. So we haven't done these formulas in the 11th, but we will need them for completing the topic of derivatives, and that is why we are introducing these 6 formulas also. So come on, let us recollect these 6 formulas also. Sin inverse x, 1 upon
1 minus x square.
cos inverse x minus 1 upon root of x square tan inverse x 1 upon cot inverse x minus 1 upon sec inverse x 1 upon x root x square minus 1. And finally, cosec inverse x minus 1 upon x root x square minus 1. Okay, so these are the 23 standard formulas. They will be needed not only in the topic of derivatives, they will be required in the topic of applications of derivatives. We will need them in the topic of indefinite integration. We will need them in the topic of definite integration. We will also need them in the topic called differential equations. So you may say this topic of derivatives will be needed everywhere, especially in maths 2. You will need derivatives in other subjects also, in maths 1 also, but maths 2, everywhere topic of derivatives is needed. Getting it, everyone? And that is why these 23 standard formulas need to be learned. Okay. Now today we are meeting like that. Whenever we meet, suppose next Tuesday if I meet you, I expect all my students to do all the formulas properly, by heart those formulas, and come for the lecture. Once you know those formulas and our trigonometry formulas, so far if I remember correctly in the 11th standard, we have introduced group A to group F for trigonometry. One more group will be introduced later on, that is group G. Of course that group G I am going to introduce along with the chapter of derivatives only. We need not wait till the topic of inverse circular function is covered with you. So that will be group G. So trigonometry A to G and 23 formulas, standard formulas for derivatives must be known to all of us. Of course that group G I may not introduce today. Today we won't require them, but whenever we go for finding derivatives of inverse circular functions, we will need those formulas. That time I will introduce group G. Apart from at the 11th standard level, FIJC level, we have also discussed and covered 4. The first rule was for u plus v, second was for u minus v, third was for u into v, and the fourth one was for u upon v. The important ones were the product rule u into v and the quotient rule u upon v. Okay, come on, let us write these rules also now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then after these 4, rule number 5, and going to use your rule number 5 for solving examples. Okay, so come on, let us start writing the various rules. Give the heading rules for finding derivatives. Rules for finding derivatives. Rule number 1, if y is equal to u plus v, if y is equal to u plus v, then dy by dx is equal to du by dx plus dv by dx. Very simple rule. U plus v, derivative is du by dx, derivative of the first function plus derivative of the second function. Okay. Rule number 2. If y is equal to u minus v, then dy by dx is equal to du by dx minus dv by dx. Getting it, everyone? So this is once again a revision of 11th standard topic of derivatives we are doing. Rule number 3, which is famous under the name product rule. If y is equal to u into v, then dy by dx is equal to u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. Correct it, everyone? This product rule, let us recollect or revise once again. We will call, instead of calling it as u and v, I'll call this as first function and this as second function. Let us remember the rule like this. First, मेरे बाद में, after me I have you to say, first function into derivative of second function, plus second function into derivative of first function. Okay? And now the fourth and a very important rule once again, that is the quotient rule. Come on, right? If y is equal to u upon v, then dy by dx is equal to v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx, the whole thing upon v square. V into du by dx minus u into dv by dx, the whole thing upon v square. Getting it, everyone? So here once again let us recollect the rule. Instead of u and v, we'll call them as numerator and denominator. The rule is, you have to say it after me, denominator into derivative of numerator, minus numerator into derivative of denominator, the whole okay. So these were the four rules we have already introduced in the 11th standard and solved some very important questions based on these rules. But today basically we are going to use, or we are going to introduce one more rule, which is called as the chain rule. CHAIN, chain rule. It is also popularly known as derivatives of composite functions. Let us introduce this chain rule first. I will just give you in writing what is the chain rule, and then with the help of examples we are going to discuss the chain rule. You may say today's both the sessions we will devote for taking problems based on chain rule. Supposed to be very, very important, because this chain rule will be used everywhere, not only in the chapter of derivatives but also some other chapters coming up, that is the topic of integration, definite integration, differential equations and all. And that is why understanding of the chain rule very important. Okay, so come on, right? Rule number 5. Chain rule or derivatives of composite functions. Chain rule or derivatives of composite functions. let us take down this chain rule first and then slowly explain. We are going to go very slow over this chain rule and the related problems, because as I told you, this is going to be a very, very important rule for the entire maths 2, you can say. Okay? Come on, start writing. Sometimes in a standard formula, x is replaced by some other function. We will call this function as composite part. We will call this function as composite part. For finding the derivative, we have to make use of the chain rule as follows. We have to make use of the chain rule as follows. And come on, now write on a fresh line within inverted commas. I'm going to write the rule first, and then for understanding of the rule, we will be taking 2 examples. Those examples we will discuss, only then you take down, but this rule you can write with me. Okay? Inverted commas. Use the standard formula as it is replacing x by the composite part and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. That's all. Very simple rule. Try to understand the rule, and then we will solve so many examples based on this rule. Today both the sessions will utilize for taking questions based on composite rule. Next lecture when we meet, that time we'll be discussing all the important MCQs based on this type. See, we have decided that we will go type wise. Okay, we have introduced a composite function or chain rule. Chain rule will complete the examples, immediately take the MCQs based on that. There are certain types of questions to be covered in the topic of derivatives along with MCQs. In this particular session, Jan to March session, we have to cover so many things. Okay? See, the rule is like this. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. Now you may be wondering what exactly it is. No need to take tension about this. Very simple. Let me explain with the help of 2 examples. And the intelligent that you people are, you will definitely understand the formulas in a better way. Okay? 2 examples. But for understanding of the formula or chain rule, I will consider one standard formula. Everyone knows d by dx of sin x. Okay, d by dx of sin x is what? Cos x. Yes or no? This was the formula in our list. Now, what we have said, there are so many questions to be answered. Number one, when to use the chain rule? And the answer is very simple. Chain rule will be used when in a standard formula x is replaced by some other function. See, read that statement in the beginning, what we have said. Sometimes in a standard formula x is replaced by some other function. We will call this function as composite part. Getting it or not? So let us take two examples. For example, I'll say, if I am finding d by dx of sine of 2x plus 5. Okay, sine of 2x plus 5. Don't you feel it is similar to this sine x? Only thing is that x is replaced by some other function. Yes. What we said just now, this other function will be called as composite part. So tell me, in this particular question, what is the composite part? 2x plus 5. The function replacing x in the question will be called as the composite part. And now let us make use of the chain rule for finding the derivative of this. The chain rule goes like this. The chain rule is, use the standard formula as it is. What is the standard formula for this? This cos x. Replacing x by the composite part. So don't you feel the answer will be cos of 2x plus 5? Yes or no? Actually the standard formula is cos x. But I said in the standard formula x is replaced by the composite part. But that is not all. We have to proceed further, and you are supposed to multiply by the derivative of the composite part. So don't you feel we have to say d by dx of 2x plus 5? Why we write d by dx? We are finding derivative with respect to x. So d by dx of 2x plus 5. Getting it, everyone? So we have used the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part, and we are further multiplying by derivative of the composite part. Getting it or not? Let's proceed further. Cos of 2x plus 5 as it is. See, here we don't have that d by dx, so this will remain as it is. But when d by dx is there in front of this, we are supposed to get the derivative of this. And now, finding derivative of this function is not at all a difficult task. But once again, for finding such simple derivatives, we must know the difference between what is known as constant and coefficient. Whenever a number, we are finding dy by x, derivative of y with respect to x. Other than x and y, whenever a number comes alone, you understand now, alone? Alone, it is called as a constant. But whenever a number comes along with some term in x, either in the multiplication or division, that will be called as coefficient. So you must understand the difference between constant and coefficient. Okay? So this is a constant and this is a coefficient. Getting it or not? So whenever the number comes alone, it is a constant. And the derivative of constant we have in our list. Constant ka derivative is what? 0. But mind well, there is no formula as such for coefficient. But what we do is that coefficient we keep as it is. This coefficient will be kept as it is, multiplied by x. You have the formula for x. See, whenever we are solving examples, you are expected to concentrate on the list of formulas. What is the derivative of x? 1. Correct? Plus 5 is what? Constant. So constant derivative will be what? 0. So don't you feel actually the derivative of 2x plus 5 will be what? Only 2. The answer will be 2 cos of 2x plus 5. Getting it, everyone? One more example, then you start taking down. Number 2. d by dx of sine of 5x square minus 7x plus 11. Once again, here the standard formula is what? Sin x. Can you imagine or can you tell me what will be the composite part here? Come on, tell me. Will it not be 5x square minus 7x plus 11? Why? Because I said in the standard formula, x is replaced by something. That new function will be called as what? Composite part. So here the composite part is what? 5x square minus 7x plus 11. Let's go for finding the answer with the help of chain rule. So chain rule, we have to first see when to use chain rule. Chain rule will be used when in a standard formula x is replaced by some other function. How to make use of this rule I have given here? Come on, once again tell me. You have to say it after me. Huh? Use the standard formula as it is. Come on. Replacing x by the composite part. So this is one part of the rule. So come on, cos x is the standard formula. So what you'll write? Come on, tell me. Will it not be? Come on, tell me. Cos of 5x square minus 7x plus 11. Getting it or not? Standard formula we are using. X is replaced by the composite part. Correct? And further, into d by dx of composite part is what? 5x square minus 7x plus 11. Getting it or not? And now let us proceed further and see. Yes. Here there are three numbers, 5, 7 and 11. We will first discuss which of them are coefficients, which of them are constants. See, according to me, 5 and minus 7 are what? Coefficients. Because they are coming along with some function in x. But 11, don't you feel 11 is what? Constant. See, you may keep it in mind like this. You have to say it after me. Huh? Akela. Dukela. Followed? Akela आया मतलब alone, coming alone, constant. Dukela मतलब what? Coming along with some x wala term either in the multiplication or division. This is 5x square. It can be also 5 upon x. Still 5 will be called as a coefficient only. Getting it or not? And now tell me what will be the derivative. I told you coefficient, there is no formula. 5 as it is, x square ka derivative is 2x. Minus 7 as it is, x ka derivative is what? 1. Plus 11 is a constant, derivative will be what? 0. Getting it or not? So ultimately what is the formula? This full thing is what? 10x minus 7. See, because this was just a beginning, I am just writing it like this, 5 into 2x and all. Later on, you should be in a position to write the derivative directly. Like you have to directly, orally you have to see. 5 into 2x, matlab 10x, minus 7 into 1 is 7. 11 ka derivative 0, even if you don't write, it is perfectly alright. So this will be what? Come on, tell me. Will it not be 10x minus 7 into cos of 5x square minus 7x plus 11? Getting it or not? Okay. Come on, take down. For example, first you write this function and then the two examples of composite part. Come on. Come on fast. Write properly. It's absolutely simple. We are using the standard formula. as it is, replacing x by the composite part. Further, we multiply by the derivative of the composite part, and that gives you the final answer. The all important question is when to use the chain rule. And the answer is again very simple. Whenever in a standard formula x is replaced by some other function, we have to make use of the chain rule. This other function is called as composite part. Getting it, everyone? And now we will be taking up some very important examples based on the chain rule. You just number the examples 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we are going type wise, and that is why type wise you have to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting it or not? Come on, give the heading now. You can say type number 1. Come on, right? Type number 1. Problems based on chain rule. Problems based on chain rule. I will go on writing the various questions here. You will get a very important revision for all different types of composite functions. Chain rule. How to make the use of chain rule? Today only we are going to learn. Come on, write. Question number 1. You have to number it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, under type 1. See, normally you know what we are going to do. What they do is differentiate the following function with respect to x, they will say. Differentiate matlab find the derivative. The process of finding derivatives is called as differentiation. And that's why the name of the chapter may not be derivatives in the textbook. It will be differentiation. It is the same as what? Derivatives. Okay. And that is why whatever function is given, we will take that function as y. Let y is equal to something, and then when I find the derivative of y, that will be called as dy by dx. See, we never say dy upon dx, we say dy by dx. There are some systems to be followed, though it is not compulsory because we are not going to give oral exam, but still you must know it is not called as dy upon dx, it is called as dy by dx. Because it is d by dx of y, dy by dx, but it is actually d by dx of y, derivative of y with respect to x. Getting it or not? Come on, let's start writing. I'll do one thing. 2 examples I will explain first, and then you take down. The first example is, and whenever I am taking these examples, you concentrate on your list of formulas. Okay, this list of formulas should be there with each and every student whenever you come for the lecture, because this particular session will be full of derivatives. Jan, Feb and March, it will continue up to March first week. Okay, every time we are talking only on derivatives here. Let y is equal to 1 upon root of 3x plus 7 minus 1 upon root of 7 minus 3x. Think and tell me. That's why the list of formulas is very important. 1 upon root of 3x minus 7 and minus 1 upon root of 7 minus 3x. This minus sign is there in between. So will it not be basically u minus v wala rule? If y is equal to u minus v, everyone knows dy by dx is what? Du by dx minus dv by dx, correct? So here also du by dx and dv by dx. So we will find derivative of this first and then derivative of this with a minus sign in between. We are supposed to write, in the first example I will write full, differentiating with respect to x. Mind well, this WRT is the short form of with respect to, and we are not only allowed but we have to write compulsorily WRT only. Normally we will never write with respect to. WRT is understood. Okay? I will discuss first. dy by dx is equal to, let's go for this 1 upon root of 3x plus 7. Look at the list of standard formulas and tell me, don't you feel this is similar to 1 upon root x? There is a formula. Now 1 upon root x, if I remember correctly, it is formula number 8. See, you must know the formulas in such a way that whenever suppose if I ask you sometime, come on, tell me what is formula number 11, you should immediately say a raised to x into log a. If someone comes and tells you, tell me what is formula number 15, you have to say cosec x minus cosec x, you need not check, it is 15 only, okay? Cosec x minus cosec x into cot x. Getting it, everyone? So this is formula number 8. 1 upon root x. See, for your information, I'll keep on writing the standard formulas. 1 upon root x formula is what? Minus 1 upon 2x root x, correct? Is it not the formula? Minus 1 upon 2x root x. That formula is wrong there. Minus 1 upon 2x root x. Tell me, which function is replacing x in the formula? Root x, x की जगह पे क्या है? Come on, tell me. 3x plus 7. So don't you feel 3x plus 7 becomes a composite part? And now we'll make use of the chain rule. Okay? I will make use of the standard formula. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. So 3x plus 7, root of 3x plus 7. Getting it, everyone? And further, so multiplied by what? D by dx of 3x plus 7. Getting it, everyone? See, I have used the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. Further, what we do? Come on, tell me. We further multiply by derivative of the composite part. Okay? Minus. Come on, you tell me here. Getting it or not? But x is replaced by what function here? 7 minus 3x. So who will tell me what is the composite part? Come on, tell me. 7 minus 3x. So I'll write here minus 1 upon 2 7 minus 3x into root of 7 minus 3x multiplied by d by dx of 7 minus 3x. See, we have used the standard formula. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. And now, tell me what is the derivative of this and this. We'll discuss orally and write. We have to directly say 3 into 1 plus 0. No? 3 is a coefficient, 7 is a constant. So 3 into 1 plus 0, is it not only 3? So will it not be minus 3 upon 2 into 3x plus 1 root of 3x plus 7 rather, root of 3x plus 7. What is the derivative of 7 minus 3x? Come on, tell me. Minus 3. Minus 3 na? 0 minus 3 into 1. Is it not minus 3? So minus 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 3 times minus sign. So again minus here. 3 upon 2 into 7 minus x root of 7 minus 3x. At the most, you can write this as taking minus 3 by 2 common. You can definitely take minus 3 by 2 common. 1 upon 3x plus 7 root of 3x plus 7 plus 1 upon 7 minus 3x into root of 7 minus 3x. Get it everyone? Come on, start adding fast. Come on. Let me explain once again. 1 minute, huh? I am explaining once again, only then you write. 1 upon root of 3x plus 7. We started thinking, is it not similar to 1 upon root x? Arey 1 upon root x. What is the formula for 1 upon root x? Minus 1 upon 2x root x. Here, which function is replacing x? X is replaced by what? 3x plus 7. So 3x plus 7 will be the composite part. Yes or no? And now I'll explain. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. So standard formula we have used. What is the standard formula? Minus 1 upon 2x root x. Same thing we have to write here. Only thing is that for x we will write what? 3x plus 7. So tell me what will be the answer? Come on, come on. Minus 1 upon, come on, you have to say it. 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 2 3x plus 7 root of 3x plus 7. The chain rule says, and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. So what is the derivative of the composite part? D by dx of 3x plus 7 minus as it is. Once again the same formula. See, we took those two examples of sin x, sin of 2x plus 5 and sin of something. Tell me, this is the same formula, na? X is replaced by 7 minus 3x. So who will tell me what is the composite part here? 7 minus 3x. You try to give answers, otherwise you will never understand what is happening here. Okay, 7 minus 3x. So tell me, use the standard formula. This minus sign is there, already there. Now standard formula we are using. Come on, tell me what is that? Minus 1 upon 2 7 minus 3x root of 7 minus 3x, and further multiply by derivative of 7 minus 3x. Next step mein, we found the derivative of this. This we have already got. Derivative we have to find only for this. Now 3x, 3 into 1 plus 0, so 3. So minus 3 we have written. Here also 7 minus 3x, 0 minus 3, so minus 3. Minus minus minus, 3 times minus is minus again. In the last step we have taken minus 3 by 2 out. Getting it everyone? Come on, start adding. Don't worry, so many examples we are going to take today based on chain rule. First you must know what is the standard formula, which is the standard formula. Second thing you will think is, x is replaced by what? That function which is replacing x in the standard formula will be taken as or considered as the composite part. Then make use of the chain rule. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part, and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. You will get the final answer. Getting it everyone? I'll proceed further. First 7-8 examples I will explain, only then you write. Once you are used to the use of chain rule, we will write it together. Okay? In this particular question, along with chain rule, we use the rule of u minus v also. Du by dx minus dv by dx, correct? Sometimes we may use u into v or u upon v also. Let's go for question number 2 now. You are going to tell me which standard formula it is. Question number 2 for us. You can just write down the question. Let y is equal to cube root of 2x square minus 7x minus 4 bracket raised to 5. See, you know, sometimes what happens, we have to bring the given question into the standard form first. For that, I am going to simplify this particular function by using our knowledge of laws of indices. Anyone? Cube root of something raised to 5, will it not be something raised to 5 upon 3? Cube root of x raised to p is x raised to p upon q. Okay? Y is equal to 2x square minus 7x minus 4, please concentrate, raised to 5 upon 3. So we have simplified this particular function. And now concentrate on the list of formulas and tell me which standard formula fits into this. Will it not be x raised to n, the first formula only? Which is the first formula? What is the first formula? Come on, tell me. X raised to n is what? N into x raised to n minus 1. N is 5 by 3. We will first see x is replaced by what? X is replaced by this, na? So don't you feel this will become the composite part? Yes or no? Composite part is what? Come on, tell me. 2x square minus 7x minus 4. Value of n is what? 5 by 3. Getting it or not? And now I'll now keep on writing short form, but actually you have to write full, differentiating with respect to x. And differentiating with respect to x below. dy by dx. Tell me what is the formula here. I'll write x raised to n. Formula was n into x raised to n minus 1. Chain rule. Bolo chain rule kya hai? What is the chain rule? Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. Wait. So standard formula, so what you will write? 5 by 3, replacing x by the composite part, na? N will be replaced by 5 by 3 and x will be replaced by 2x square minus 7x minus 4. 2x square minus 7x minus 4 bracket raised to 5 by 3 minus 1. Yes or no? But that is not all, you know very well. And further multiply the derivative of the composite part. So you get the final answer. And now let's see whether you know the simple derivatives ka problems or not. This is 2 by 3. 5 by 3 minus 1 is what? 2 by 3. Tell me what will be the derivative of this? Come on, tell me. 4x minus 7. Why? 2 into 2x minus 7 into 1 minus 0. 4. What we said? Akela aaya to constant. And don't you feel 2 and 7? Dukela aaya to coefficient. Coefficient remains as it is. Constant ka derivative is 0. So finally you can write it like this. 5 by 3, or actually this itself is the final answer. See, 5 by 3, 2x square minus 7x minus 4 raised to 2 by 3 into 4x minus 7. Come on, write. Write it fast. So many examples to be covered during the lecture today. Two more questions will cover, only then you write. And now, this chain rule is not there on the board, but you know this. Once again, we'll recollect or revise, and then we'll start with those remaining two more questions. Okay? Come on, you have to say it after me. Use the standard formula as it is. Replacing x by the composite part. And further multiply the composite part. Getting it, everyone? Yes. Two questions I am going to discuss. You will be telling me so many things. First, you will tell me which standard formula. Then you will tell me what is the composite part. And then chain rule everyone knows. This is our third example. Let y is equal to 1 upon x square plus 3 the whole square. One more example I'll write here, and then both the examples we will discuss before you start taking down. Concentrate now. Think and give me the answer. 1 upon x square plus 3 the whole square. Which formula it is? Is it not the formula 1 upon x raised to n? Do we have it? Formula number 6. 1 upon x raised to n. What is the formula? Come on, tell me. Minus n upon x raised to n plus 1. Don't you feel here n is 2? But x is replaced by x square plus 3. So who will tell me what is the composite part? X square plus 3. Whichever function replaces x in the standard formula will be called as a composite part. So I'll use the chain rule and get the answer. Differentiating, please concentrate. dy by dx. Come on, tell me, what is the formula? Minus n upon x raised to n plus 1. Here I'll write. So tell me what to write here. Come on, come on. Minus 2 upon x square plus 3 raised to 2 plus 1. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. And further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. So simple it is. Multiply by the derivative of the composite part. Yeah. And now tell me, x square plus 3, what is the derivative of that? Is it not 2x? 2x plus 0. Plus 0 we need not write. So it is 2x. 2x into 2, will it not be minus 4x upon x square plus 3 bracket cube? Getting it or not? So this will be the answer. Okay? Here, this is good problem. Please concentrate and listen to me. Differentiating. Will it not be the formula for root x, which is 1 upon 2 root x? Root x, what is the formula? 1 upon 2 root x. Now let me see whether you have followed the concept of the chain rule or not. Who will tell me in this question, root x, root of x? What is the composite part here? Come on, tell me. Is it not a square plus root of a square plus x square? That big thing is the composite part here. Okay? We'll make use of the chain rule. dy by dx. Come on, tell me. 1 upon 2 root x. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part. So it will be what? Come on, tell me. 1 upon 2 roots. Come on, everyone will say. What is it? 1 upon 2 root what? A square plus root of a square plus x square. And further multiply by the derivative of a square plus root of a square plus x square. Getting it or not? Use the standard formula as it is. वो तो use किया. Further multiply. When you use the standard formula, x will be replaced by the composite part. further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. So what is that? Derivative of composite part matlab a square plus root of a square plus x square. Let's proceed now. 1 upon 2 root a square plus root of a square plus x square as it is. See, always remember, never make a mistake of finding the derivative of this again. Do we have that term? So we are supposed to take derivative only of this. And now come on, tell me, a square is a derivative will be 1. Correct, no? A square is a constant, derivative is 0. We need not write. Plus, don't you feel this is again the same formula? Root x. Only thing is that x is replaced by what? A square plus x square. So once again this is a chain rule. So you may say that this is a double chain rule question. Chain rule, we have to make use of the chain rule 2 times. Correct? So tell me, root x ka, what is the composite part here? Come on, tell me. A square plus x square is the composite part. Root x na, whatever comes in place of x is the composite part. So come on, iska bhi use karenge. A square is 0. A square is a constant, derivative is 0. Here, what will be the answer? Come on, tell me. Will it not be 1 upon 2 root a square plus x square into d by dx of a square plus x square? Yes or no? Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. And now tell me, what is the derivative of a square plus x square? 2x. A square is 0, constant ka derivative is 0, plus x square ka derivative, direct formula 2x. So will it not be, first this will be, can I write 2x here? Iska derivative will go in the numerator. And this is what? 2 2s are 4. Root of a square plus x square into root of a square plus root of a square plus x square. 2 1s are 2 2s are. So what is the final answer? Come on, tell me. X upon 1 into x is x, I suppose. Very good. 2 root a square plus x square into root of a square plus root of a square plus x square. Come on, start writing. See, she is asking, there is a small query raised. First we have to solve under root. Not like that. Root x, na? Root of x. So the first composite part is this full. When you come here and again use root x, that time composite part has changed. Here root x, so x ki jagah pe we had this full, na? So this full was composite part. But here it is root of a square plus x square. So a square plus x square is replacing x. So composite part will be only a square plus x square. Getting it? Come on. Both the questions you have to write, 3 and 4. Come on, copy the notes fast. understand the concept properly. If you have any queries or difficulties, you are always welcome. But let us clear all our doubts inside the classroom itself. So that was question number 4. Now 3 more questions we are going to discuss, and then you will be writing. Slightly difficult they are, so please concentrate. Please don't write. First understand, and then you will start writing. 5. Question number 5. Let y is equal to sec of tan of root x. Sec of tan of root x. I write the 3 questions here, and then we will find the derivatives one by one. Question number 6. Y is equal to sine of log x bracket raised to 2 upon 5. And question number 7 is y is equal to sine square 3x into tan cube 2x. All good questions. Listen to me carefully. But let us discuss and solve. You must understand the concept. Come on, tell me. Sec of tan of root x. Which standard formula it must be? Sec x. Do we have the standard formula? Formula number 14. 16. 17, right. Formula number 16. Sec x. What is the derivative of sec x? Come on, tell me. Sec x into tan x. So for our information, I write the formula here. Sec x into tan x. Getting it, everyone? Tell me. X is replaced by what here? Tan of root x. So who will tell me what is the composite part? Tan of root x. You must understand what is the composite part. And now we use the chain rule. You will answer. Please. Differentiating dy by dx. Formula is sec x into tan x. So it will be what? Come on, tell me. Sec of tan of root x into tan of root x. Yes or no? Sec x into tan x. X will be replaced by the composite part. Get it or not? Further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. But the derivative of what? Tan of root x. Getting it or not? Let's proceed. Sec of tan of root x into tan of root x as it is into. Yes, who will tell me? Once again, this is a chain rule. See, we don't have a direct formula for tan of root x. Who will tell me tan of root x? Which is the standard formula? Tan x. अरे tan x है ना पापा? Tan x का derivative क्या है? Tan x का sec square x. Derivative is sec square x. So either I'll write here tan x derivative is sec square x. Who will tell me what is the composite part here? Root x tan x, na? Whatever comes in place of x will be the composite part, correct? Can you tell me what to write here? Come on, tell me sec square x. So what to write? Come on, come on. Sec square of root x into d by dx of root x, yes or no? Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part, and further multiply by derivative of the composite part. Let's proceed further. Sec of tan of root x into tan of root x into sec square of root x, correct? Into, now root x, 1 minute, tell me, root x, don't you feel root x is a standard formula itself? So there is no question of using the chain rule. When do we use chain rule? When in a standard formula x is replaced by some other function. Here root x, directly formula is there. Root x ka formula is what? 1 upon 2 root x. See, that's why I am telling you, when you come for the next lecture, you must know all the 23 formulas by heart. If you know the formula, you need not refer to the formulas every time. Na? Root x ka formula is 1 upon 2 root x. Okay, so here only I'll write 1 upon 2 root x. Max to max, we can write this as sec of tan of root x. Tan of root x. Sec square root x. The whole thing upon what? 2 root x. Correct? Let's go for this question. Now this is a slightly difficult question. I'll tell you why. This is sine of log. So this index should be taken care of first. That's why we are going to simplify this function. Like, one question we solved, cube root of something raised to 5. We did not solve it directly. First we wrote it in the standard form. So here also, this question will be written in the simplified form like this. Sine of log x bracket raised to 2 upon 5. Yes or no? Correct? Sine of log x bracket raised to 2 upon 5. Like tomorrow, suppose if it is sine cube x, I'll write it as sine x raised to 3. If it is cos square x, I'll write it as cos x ka square. Or baad mein we'll find that derivative. Come on, tell me, for this, which formula will be used? Sine of log x? Nahi, sine x nahi. तो अगर sine x बोलेगा, तो what about this 2 upon 5? We will make use of the first formula here first, x raised to n. Do we have that formula, x raised to n? देखो क्या formula x raised to n का? x raised to n का formula क्या है? n into x raised to n minus 1. Tell me, x raised to n में x is replaced by what? Sine of log x. So don't you feel sine of log x is the composite part? Yes or no? Tell me, tell me the answer. dy by dx. See, it is n into x raised to n minus 1. Come on, everyone will say, what is this? Come on, tell me. 2 by 5. N is 2 by 5. Na? X is replaced by what? The composite part. Come on, once again, tell me, what is the composite part here? Sine of log x. Don't say sine log x. Sine of log x. 2 by 5. Sine of log x bracket raised to 2 by 5 minus 1. Standard formula use किया, and further multiply by derivative of the composite part, मतलब derivative of sine of log x, and you will get the answer. Yes or no? Use the standard formula as it is. Standard formula क्या था? n into x raised to n minus 1 into d by dx of sine of log x. Let's proceed further. 2 by 5 sine of log x bracket raised to minus 3 by 5, correct? Into, now this is sine of log x. Come on, you are going to tell me, sine of log x, once again chain rule will be used. See, we have to take the decision when to, how to, whether to use the chain rule or not. Sine of log x का डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला है क्या? लिस्ट में नहीं. sin x का फॉर्मूला है, मतलब sin x में x की जगह पे we have got what? Log x, which is a composite part. Chain rule has to be used. What is the formula for sin x? Cos x. Correct? Sin x का formula is cos x. So sin x का sin x का cos x है. So come on, tell me what will be the answer here? Cos. Use the standard formula as it is, replacing x by the composite part and further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. So this will be what? Cos of log x into d by dx of log x. And now tell me in the last step, what is the derivative of log x? Now log x is a direct formula. So we need not make use of. See, you have to decide when to use the chain rule. Chain rule not to be used. Why? Because log x का direct formula. Log x का formula क्या है? 1 upon x. 1 upon x. So can we write this as 2 upon 5x? That 1 upon x वाला x we can write here. Sine of log x bracket raised to minus 3 upon 5 into cos of log x. Getting it or not? One more good question, but I think you better copy down these two questions first, because this will require quite a lot of space. Come on, 5 and 6. Take down fast. Understand and write. While writing also, you must concentrate what you are writing. Just don't copy. See, slowly but steadily, the difficulty level of the chapter is going up. Believe me, this particular concept is the most difficult part from the topic of derivatives. So if you understand this today, remaining types of questions from derivatives will be absolutely simple for you. And now let us discuss question number 7. For the first time we are coming across u into v ka rule. Come on, let us recollect the rule u and v, but we will call it as first function and second function. The rule will be like this, you have to say it after me. First function into derivative of second function, plus second function into derivative of first function. Let us explain. Differentiating. See, this is the first function, this is the second function, correct? dy by dx will be what? First function into derivative of second function. But when I write the second function, I write it this way. Tan cube of 2x. Can we not write it as tan 2x ka cube? Yes or no? See, one question we did today, raised to 2 upon 5 wala question tha. Plus second question, second function into derivative of first function. Will it not be written as sine 3x the whole square? Getting it or not? Instead of writing sine square 3x, I have written it as sine 3x the whole square. Let's go for finding the answer. Now concentrate. Please concentrate. Sine square 3x as it is. Don't you will hear the formula is x raised to n once again? First formula. What is the derivative of x raised to n? N into x raised to n minus 1. Rather, I'll ask you, what is the derivative of x cube? 3x square. And this is from 11th standard. X cube ka derivative is 3x square. Na? So 3x square, here it is x cube. X cube derivative is 3x square. Here it is x square. Direct formula 2x. Correct? So here we'll make use of the standard formula. Who will tell me tan 2x ka cube mein what is the composite part? Only 2x. Tan 2x. See na, x ka cube. X ka cube na. So x ki jagah pe what is coming up? Tan 2x. So tan 2x is the composite part, right? Here x square. Sin 3x is the composite part. You must know that. Okay? Sin square 3x as it is. 3x square. Come on, you are going to tell me now. This is the 7th question we are doing. So you must understand now. Come on, tell me. 3x square. तो क्या लिखूं? बोलो बोलो बोलो. 3 into tan 2x का square. 3x square it is, but x will be replaced by the composite part. Into d by dx of what? Come on, tell me. Tan 2x plus tan cube 2x as it is. No change in that. Here, what is the formula? 2x. You only told me na that composite part is sine 3x here. 2x. So what it will be? Come on, tell me. 2 sine 3x into d by dx of sine 3x. Getting it or not? देखो x square 2x. तो फॉर्मूला क्या आएगा? 2x मतलब 2 into sin 3x into further multiply by the derivative of the composite part. And now tell me what it is. Sin square 3x as it is, correct? 3 into tan square 2x as it is. Now we can write tan square 2x. Once again a chain rule. If I am saying chain rule is here because tan x ka formula hai. We don't have a formula for tan 2x. This is definitely chain rule. Think and tell me, don't make a mistake. What is the composite part here? 2x. How you can say tan 2x? Formula is what? Tan x, na? Tan x is the formula. X ki jagah pe kya hai? 2x. So don't you feel the composite part is 2x? Tan x ka ask see today what you know you don't know the formulas by heart. Next section में तुम लोगों को tan x दिखा तो समझ नहीं काटता है sec square x that way. So tan x का formula क्या है? sec square x. Okay, sec square x मतलब इधर क्या लिखेगा? Come on, tell me. Sec square 2x into d by dx of 2x. Correct? Plus tan cube 2x, correct, into 2 sin 3x as it is. Tell me, sin 3x. So sin 3x mein which is the standard formula? Sin x. Think. Sin 3x mein standard formula is sin x. Let's see whether you can give me the answer. What is the composite part here? 3x. Don't say sin 3x. येड़े जैसा बात नहीं करने का. I don't like it, you know. Sin 3x. So 3x is the composite part. हाँ, sin x का formula क्या था रे? Cos x. तो sin 3x का आंसर क्या आएगा? Come on, tell me. Cos 3x into d by dx of, someone said d upon dx. Wrong. It is d by dx. Say sorry. D by dx of 3x. And now everyone knows 2x derivative is 2. अरे 2x का derivative is what? 2. 3x का derivative क्या है बोलो? 3x का 3 ना? Yes or no? So we'll write the answer. This will be 2x का 2. So 3 2s are 6. Sin square 3x, tan square 2x, sec square 2x, correct? Plus 3x का 3 ना, 3 2s are 6, tan cube 2x, sin 3x into cos 3x. Ultimately, can we take something common? We can take 6 common, we can take sin 3x common, we can take tan square 2x common, correct? So what we get inside, come on, you are supposed to tell me what we get inside. Sin 3x into sec square 2x plus, come on, tan 2x into cos 3x. Getting it or not? Come on, start adding. So complete the writing of this. We will meet after the break. Okay?